We live in a fast-paced world today. We want modern everything, modern gardens, modern homes, and along the way there have been historical homes, historical gardens, and we are in the Richland West End area of Nashville, and we're going to see what has been restored in this lovely home and gardens. This home was built in 1804. I am standing in the location at that time when it was originally built that there was a garden. And I want to speak with Steve Searles. He is the current owner, and he has been key in developing the footprints and rebuilding these gardens. Steve, I'm going to turn this over to you so you can bring us up to date.
Goodness, that's a big step, but I'll be glad to. In 1804, when the house was built for Jane Irwin Dickinson, there were 299 acres here. And as they were building the house, the gardens would have been going in at the same time.
Yeah.
Not like the gardens that we see today. They would be more of a utilitarian type of garden.
Yeah, that would help to feed the family.
To feed the family, right?
Yes. When you bought this home, were these gardens already established? And
there were really a few gardens here, but they'd been neglected for about 15 or 20 years, so we just sort of started from scratch, and that's what we have today.
Okay.
And the things that I've added on to.
Yes.
And Alan DeCooper and I've both worked on.
I would be so honored if you would lead us on a tour of the gardens.
I can't wait.
I understand that this is one of your newer areas here in the shade.
This is a garden that was carved out recently under magnolia trees for a specific purpose. And the purpose is one of my favorite sculptors who has since passed away. His name is Olin Bryant, and he was a professor at Austin Peay University in Clarksville.
Yes.
And these are his creations. And I just had the idea to bring them all together so I could always remember him.
Yeah, and this is such a fitting surround that you have done to highlight them.
I think it's perfect for these little guys.
It is. Let's go and see what combinations of shade plants that you planted in here.
Great idea. And the first one that you pointed out earlier is the hellebore fetidus, or commonly called stinky hellebore. It reseeds itself everywhere in this garden. It loves shade, it loves sun, but we also have several hostas. And one of my favorite things that I'm trying this year is Virginia.
You and me both.
I've planted 5, and I've never been successful, but I think I will under this magnolia tree.
It looks healthy. Okay, and then you do have other hellebore in here, I see.
Oh, lots, yeah.
And they can take sun and shade, can't they?
They can take both. They don't like direct afternoon sun in the summertime.
Right, that's true. Now then, this is a very nice example of the fern here.
Autumn fern is a must for many shade gardens
Yes, it
because
is.
it stays green during the winter, and when it reappears in the springtime with its bronze foliage,
I love that.
It's exquisite.
It is. And then this carving right here is...
This is by an artist called Bill Ralston, and Bill Ralston has done several of the bird baths in this garden, and he was a professor at Vanderbilt.
I think that is a very pleasing, it just gives an atmosphere, doesn't it?
Well, and since we are a bird sanctuary,
that's a good
it's
thing.
a perfect place.
That's right. Well, along this pathway where I see the different types of hostas you have here, that one right there, is that?
That is a new one.
Snake eyes.
It does look like that.
I think that's snake eyes. That's really pretty.
I love the variegation.
And he's gonna get this big. So, let's walk out into the sunlight.
Okay.
You can't stop on this corner without looking up, and that is a beautiful tree.
That is a locust, and it is commented on a lot from people that walk by here. It's called locust freesia, and it stays that color all summer long.
And does it have the typical locust blooms?
It does have a couple, but not prolific like the honey locust that we know in Tennessee.
So you can't predict the weather with this one?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. It's May, Annette, so things are on their way. We've just had the colorful season of azaleas and different things blooming. This is next.
We see hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas, astilbe, perennial begonia.
And I see Japanese anemone.
Yes, that Japanese anemone is called Irene Jobert, and she blooms in October, and it's magnificent to come back then.
I think the good thing about anemones are that they are there for fall. And there are red ones and white ones and pink ones.
And they last through the first frost.
You also have this beautiful begonia.
Begonia grandis is just a miracle plant here. Some people say it's weedy. I let it go where it wants to. And if it gets too much, I just pull it out and it's still there.
Well, you know, they say that coverage keeps out weeds.
Well,
so that's your ground cover.
Well, it doesn't keep out hackberry seedlings.
Oh, well, I understand. Well, rounding the corner here in front of us, I see brick. I see mossy brick. This has a history, doesn't it?
The brick's interesting here because there's a site of the original kiln, brick kiln in the back, and all of these brick and the brick on the walk as we walked in were dug up in different places and installed as terraces, but they would have originally been leftovers from the house.
Yes. And where would they have gotten the materials they made this
The
with?
material came from the Richland Creek, the clay,
Yes.
which is the back property line of the Craighead house.
Oh, that's great history. This is a beautiful display for a container now. This has got a lot of interesting plants in it.
Thank you. And yes, my containers are different and interesting, and that's for one reason. I plant in the fall what will last all winter and into next spring, and then I add to it.
Oh, I
And
see.
It's certainly a lot less expensive to pull in a red or a pink to go with the things that are winter hardy.
Yeah, the heucheras, and then this sedge,
Right.
and then Dusty Miller will overwinter.
Oh, totally. That's it.
Yes.
That's been there since
And you've got
last October.
A geranium, and I love the little tropical that you
I
have
love the little tropical.
that picks up the color. And there's nothing like seeing a big splash of blue in a garden. I love that.
That's me.
I think I see blue benches. And I see a long border here. What have you highlighted here to give this all summer interest?
Well, thanks for noticing the blue benches. It's one
Caught
of my
my
favorite
eyes.
things. I have many favorite things. But this border is a working piece of art, I think. I feel that it really is. It's 4 different types of hydrangea. It's 3 different types of astilbe. And all summer long, it does something for you. And then in the fall, the other things start and the bulbs come up through the middle of it. So it's pretty magic.
Yes, and I see some of the magic. You've had Little Caesar Siberian iris, I see.
That was earlier.
Yes, I
And
can
the
see
2 cherry
that.
trees were earlier.
Yes, and then in the fall, you're going to have sedum.
Sedum is always there, and it is a wonderful color in the fall, as you
Yes.
know. I studied astilbe to put here. The one in the front is a ground cover, and it's
Yes.
a Chinese astilbe.
Oh,
The one in
yes.
the back is a Chinese astilbe, but it's 4 feet tall, and it really works in the
Oh,
middle of
yes.
the hydrangea.
Here is the bloom stalk to one of these astilbes, and when that blooms, it's going to be at least this tall, isn't
At
it?
least. And,
Yeah.
and the hydrangeas will continue to be that tall
Yeah,
as well.
I see your Annabelles and
And of course, they are true Annabelles, so they will all spill out here.
yeah, and is that
you-
limelight?
That is limelight.
Yes.
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 So
now
it's
again, I
good.
see the blue. How it leads, how taking a color, and how adequately you have done this with your gardens. How you bring that blue pop, and it just leads our eyes through the garden. Doesn't
Wow, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, that's
I
amazing.
think you knew that.
I didn't know. I never thought about it.
I like this, that piece of artwork.
That's a local
Bird Bath.
artist, and I can't think of his name.
That's okay. It's beautiful, and I see you have bleeding heart in here.
Oh, but that used to be primary. Now it's secondary because everything gets so big.
Well, that's okay. Not only do I love arbors, I love what you have exfoliated on this one.
It's a pear, and this year we have at least 6 pears, and we've not had pears on it before, so it's
Really?
really an exciting year.
Well, I hope that you get to sample the fruits of your labor.
Probably no pear preserves, but maybe one.
Well, you can make a salad with it. As we step through this arbor, we're about to step into the 1800s. We are in a kitchen garden area.
This actually was the site of the 1823 kitchen for the house. And it was destroyed or taken down probably in 1950. I'm not real sure of that date. But we have paid homage to that and developed the kitchen garden around the old site. And it provides salad material, and as we said earlier, pears and cabbage and red vein sorrel and all kinds of things.
Horseradish?
Horseradish, lots.
And
yeah.
I see something, this is Germano.
It is.
And I love this plant because it's evergreen and it blooms.
And especially spilling out of a border like that.
That's excellent usage of that. So I love the cloches that you have put over these.
They're necessary for rabbits, so rabbits don't eat everything.
Yeah, so all of this in this area is consumable, right?
It is.
So tell me what you would do with this sorrel.
Red vein sorrel is used for decorations, for platters, and it can be cooked as well, just like sorrel. But you notice the red veins in it, which is just exquisite. Plus, it's a great winter plant because it stays up in the wintertime.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do see something unusual. I don't recall seeing a white columbine.
Well, that one just appeared, so who knows?
Well, it was a gift.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
And you've got that purple broccoli.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I know it is. Is that what that's what this
that
is?
whole row is purple broccoli.
And those are prize-winning lettuce heads.
And that lettuce is just wonderful.
Yes,
And it's perfect for a salad right now.
I have to say you're not supposed to covet, but I do covet. You've got leeks.
We have so many leeks, it's unbelievable. I have to thin them, and Alan loves cooking leek soup with those. But the beauty of them will be their bloom cycle in about 3 weeks. They look more like an allium. A leek is an allium.
It is.
So they're exquisite.
So what do you do for soil prep?
Not a whole lot, but I do every spring we add as we plant to enhance what's here. We started with some enhancement early on in 1997, but mostly every time we plant.
Among a most desired plant, a calacanthus.
That is called commonly a Carolina allspice, but this particular one is called Venus, and the name fits.
It's exquisite. I haven't used that word today. Well, and below it, I see that you not only can garden in the soil, but you have a very good array of citrus and different trees here.
The citrus tree has to go in a pot, and usually a pot that retains moisture because they have to go inside during the wintertime.
Yeah.
And now's when they're producing their fruit for, it'll be ready to harvest in January.
Yes. Now,
And
I
they're
had
wonderful.
a Meyer lemon.
That's what those are.
Yeah, and aren't they self-pollinating?
They must be.
I think they are.
Yeah.
Okay, now my eye is quickly drawn to this tree.
I really enjoy dwarf plants. I look for dwarf plants everywhere I go and how they're used. And this is a ginkgo that has been bred to be on a pole like that. But as we move around there, there's a dwarf ginkgo that's been in that particular container for 10 years.
Okay.
And its size has remained about like that the whole time.
And I love the way you're going to have the mandevilla, and you made your own little teepee thing up here. And this is another lemon
It's
or grape?
another Myers lemon, and see the blooms and all the new Myers lemons that are coming on.
The fragrance is just, I'm not going to do it. I'll have pollen on my nose. That's beautiful. Now then, this, I don't know.
It's a dwarf elm, ulmus.
Oh.
And again, it's been in that pot for several years.
So you have to take this in?
No,
Wow.
no, it stays. The ginkgos, they both stay out.
Yes, for sure. Gee, I'm sorry I left my clippers in the car. Gee, tell us about this gorgeous rose.
I found Eden in a catalog a couple of years ago, and this is the first year that she's really shown herself. I don't know whether it was the winter or what, but the catalogs all say it's a fantastic rose, and they were right.
It's just, it's indescribable. And I believe you have some clematis in there.
Yes, and it was beautiful until last night's storm.
Well, that's all right. We know things come and go.
Yeah, they do, and that's the magic of gardening.
I know. Well, I would have to stay, and this is an awe moment right here. Now then, we have made a 360-degree walk
Well, we have.
around this beautiful garden, and I have a few things that are along this front walk here that
Well, and to put it simply, I love talking about this garden.
I know.
So it's
I
not
would
a problem.
too. You know, I feel like I'm at the beach, but not quite. How did this get here?
That got here 26 years ago, and it came to me as a hardy palm. And I researched it with my friend Todd Breyer, and we've decided that it's actually called a needle palm. And it has made it through many, many hard winters.
Well, that's really interesting because
Amazing.
we've been below zero in those 20-something years.
We have, right.
Wow. And then majesty above us right here.
Majesty of weeping katsura. It's just, everyone should have one if you've got a space. It's a glorious tree. It creates a room underneath.
It absolutely does.
It's great shade for hostas.
Yeah. Well, now, how old is that tree?
Oh, it's probably 25, 26 years old.
That's when a garden really starts to mature,
It
isn't
does.
it?
And I prune on it quite a bit just to keep it sort of out of your face.
Yes, yes. Aren't peonies lovely?
They are, and they have been this spring. So lovely. It's been wonderful to come out here every morning and watch them open.
Yes.
And this is one of the last ones to bloom, so I'm glad we caught it.
And we're beginning to see all the color that you have in here. And
Mini
white.
pearl.
I see white.
Mini
And
pearl.
that beautiful white flock over there. I know that it's very, very dependable, and it's.
As she was.
She's well. That's right, and it's very well behaved, just like her.
Yeah, there you go.
We love yellow in a garden, don't we?
I do. I think it really stands out, and it makes a statement.
Yes, it does. And this is a beautiful rose to
Julia Child.
Julia Childs.
You can't beat it. It
No.
blooms all summer, and it's just disease-free.
Is this a floribunda rose, I believe?
Yes, I believe it is.
And you know, I also think that those shiny green leaves are far less susceptible.
Well, they are, and look how healthy they are.
Yeah.
And I don't do a lot of fungus prevention
Yes.
stuff because
Yeah.
it's the pets and everything. I just don't do it.
Well, and you know, the colors that blend together here, right here, it's in its green stage. The acanthus there with the green leaf.
acanthus with the barberry, and the barberry coming out with all its rainbow colors.
Yes.
And then the white Siberian iris.
Yeah, that looks like swans in flight.
It does. And then the red of the Japanese maple behind it, to me, is just color echoes that are magic.
And you know, even if there were no blooms on that Siberian iris,
Right.
think about what color you don't have to have a flower.
That's the way I feel.
Yes, and looking into this garden and the inviting points that are in it, and what has been and what's here today and what's yet to come, it's expansive. It goes, well, it's 365 days a year.
Makes me happy.
In this garden, and
Yeah.
that's what a garden is all about. And I can't tell you how much it has meant to do the whole perimeter here and realize coming from you has been the history of this wonderful home and the gardens, and that you've given all of your knowledge that you've had through the years. It's just been indeed a pleasure and an honor to know what you have done in this garden and what you do for the community as well.
Thank you.
And I just cannot thank you enough, and I shall cherish this blue bench in my
Good.
thoughts.
Well, it's an honor for us because we love everything that PBS does for the community and for us. So thank you for being here.
Let's go on and get into summer now. We've had spring.
That's right.
If you like gardening, you'll want to subscribe to this channel. We showcase gardeners, plants, and the joy that growing can bring.